On Friday, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said the U.S. economic outlook is favorable and that inflation is continuing to move back up. This comes as investors try to handicap the chances that the central bank will keep loosening monetary policy. Powell further said the U.S. economy has continued to perform well and is in a good place, despite the risks posed by the trade war. Powell then went on to reiterate a pledge to act as appropriate to sustain the expansion. Lastly, Powell noted that the Fed is committed to defending its 2% inflation target. And there it is, a sign that the central bank might be inclined to cut interest rates to push up consumer prices. And so why the bacon thumbnail? Well, as everyone knows, bacon goes well with anything, even the stock market. So let's see how the charts look. Today we're going to look at two charts, beginning here with the monthly 20-year on the spiders. The SPY, the close on Friday, was 298.05. And as you can see here, two important things. Number one, we're closing in on another record high. And number two, we continue to surf above that 20 EMA. Moving on down here into the MACD. Now, until the month of September closes, the fast line and the slow line can continue to move. But the last time we looked at this, which perhaps was in August, the fast line was under the slow line. But given the recent markets, the fast line looks like it has moved through the slow line just barely. You might be able to see that if you close in on it. If you don't see it, believe me. If you don't believe me, well, I can't help you. Now, moving on down here into the histogram, you can see there that bar just went above the zero line. There, that's the truth. Back up here. Now, what I was saying many times, going back months now, was that the market is going to head up. And it also looked similar to the 2015-2016 time frame. Now, look how similar that is. We had that move down here, just like this move down here, and then the fast line moved up to the slow line and looks like it wants to pop through just as it did here. So very similar. A very good trend line continuing its upward move. So I think we're going to head on up here. Only time will tell. But so far, it looks good. Again, the histogram, things look fine there. You can see the price rate of change, that bottoming process definitely is taking place, just as it did back here. The same thing is reiterated in the relative strength index. We're at 61.59 and improving above that 50 line. Same thing here with the stochastics. Heading on up, we're into the overbought territory, which is just fine. We can elevate up there for some time. So it looks good there. Volume's fine. And then the Williams as well, hanging up there in that overbought territory. So all of the oscillators look favorable, in my opinion, for a move for the stock market, at least the S&P, to continue on. But the other indices also look pretty good. So now let's go to the daily chart. So now we're looking at the daily chart, and what I want to show you here is this. Starting at the bottom there, and the move on up like that. So take a look at that chart. What do you see? Here's another nice swing on up. Moving on down to the histogram. Nice swing on up into the price rate of change. Nice swing on up. Same thing in the RSI, as well into the stochastics. Nice swing on up, and then even into the Williams. Very nice swing on up. Let's go back up to the price chart. It looks really good. Nice formation. So being baseball season, one might think of that as a batter. The batter is up, a big swing. Well, it's not. There is a big swing, but in this case, it's a big swing and a miss by the Axeman. So my little bobblehead is still perched atop my pencil neck. And so for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.